Good afternoon. We are at the Riviera property. We're going to be completing a repairability test. We'll be on this right slope, which is west. We have this damaged shingle here, so we'll do our repair test on that one. See how it affects all of those surrounding shingles. I'll give you an overview of all of those surrounding shingles before we get started. Showing you the current condition. Once we're all finished, we'll take another look, see those results. We're using a flat bar, roof snake, putty knife, and hammer. Then we have this 45-degree angle tool that we'll use to give us a reference point for what 45 degrees looks like. Slide it underneath that damaged shingle. So that'll be 45 degrees right there. Give you some views of that. And then throughout the repairability test, whenever we have to lift those shingles, we'll do our best to keep them at 45 degrees or less. All right, we'll go and get started. Start by getting all of the shingles unsealed. We'll use the putty knife to unseal the top shingles. Got a little tear in the shingle there from getting that unsealed. Got another tear there. These shingles seem very brittle, very easy to tear. Another tear. Trying my best here to not have any of those tears. Okay, that one's all unsealed. We got 3 tears there from that though. We'll go ahead and try this flat bar, see if we have any better luck with that. Not look like we're having any better luck with that flat bar. Just get you close up here so you can see what I'm dealing with. So you can see this shingle is still down right here in this area. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible when unsealing that. We can see it's already starting to tear right there. I think I'll probably go and just continue using this flat bar and see if we can get the shingles unsealed with this. So it looks like either tool that is going to be used, whether it be the flat bar or the putty knife, you can see that's going to cause some tears to those surrounding shingles. I'm sure there's plenty of mat transfer underneath those as well. You can take a look real quick. Yeah, quite a bit of mat transfer you can see as well. But we'll go over all of those once we're all complete with the repair test. I'll just continue here. All right, we'll go and start getting these nails out. All right, we got all those nails. So we'll go ahead and simulate a repair just for this repairability test. We'll slide this damaged shingle out. Then we'll go ahead and slide it back in. Doing all the same motions, manipulating the shingles the same way you would for an actual repair. So that should give us the most accurate results in determining whether or not this roof is repairable. Got that shingle back in place. Start getting some nails back in there now. We'll be using the roof snake for that. All right, we're all complete with that repairability test. Give you another overview of all of those surrounding shingles. Take a closer look at these shingles right above the damaged one. You can see some stress fractures that were caused to those shingles. This one's real bad right there. What those stress fractures are is when the shingle is older and real brittle. Whenever you lift those shingles up, we can see how much that's creasing in that area. So that's causing that matting on the shingle there to break or tear and causing that stress fracture. So those will be damaging the integrity of the shingle. We can feel where it's much weaker in that area with the stress fracture. That's going to not allow those shingles to do exactly what they're designed to do as best as they should. Right there's another one. See how much that's creasing right there just from lifting that up. Not much at all. So just another stress fracture there. Same thing there. Stress fracture all along this one, it looks like. Mainly to that corner. So we have those stress fractures damaging the integrity of the shingles, and that'll also be affecting the shingles' water shedding capabilities, as the matting on the shingles are the main component for the water shedding. We can see in those areas as well there's quite a bit of granule loss, which I know is not considered damage, but the purpose of those granules is to protect that matting from weathering. So when we do have those areas with stress fractures and all of that granule loss, we can see there's not going to be as much protection now for the already broken matting, and so that'll just lead to quicker deterioration. And then we already pointed out all of these tears. We got this one, these ones we unsealed with the putty knife. You can see all the tears that caused. Right there. And then I believe we got a tear somewhere here from the, oh yeah, right there with the flat bar. So either tool that's going to be used, whether it be the flat bar or the putty knife, you can see it's going to be causing some very significant damage just from getting those shingles unsealed. And then we got quite a bit of mat transfer as well. We can see all of that. Didn't unseal all of those shingles all the way just to make sure I didn't cause any more of those tears. We didn't need to, so. But we can take a better look at the mat transfer underneath these. You can see all of that exposed fiberglass there, where that piece of matting stuck to the bottom of that shingle. So very significant damages caused from the mat transfer. You can see a lot of exposed fiberglass on the bottom of that shingle as well from those pieces of matting that were transferred off of that. So we can see real bad damages from that mat transfer. That's also going to be damaging the integrity of those shingles, as we can see very large chunks of matting that were torn off of them. Same thing up here. Got a lot of mat transfer to every single one of these shingles. No way to get around that. all of the exposed fiberglass as well to the bottom of those. So I do not believe repairs are feasible to this roof. We can see the condition those surrounding shingles are left in from the repairability test. We have stress fractures and a lot of mat transfer, real bad tearing. So we can see if repairs were completed, what all of those surrounding shingles are going to be left with. The condition, they'll be left in a condition where there'll be some potential water intrusion due to those damages. So potential leak hazards. You can see we have an additional 4 damaged shingles at least, probably more if we want to look at all the mat transfer that you can see got on shingle 3 as well. Got a little bit of mat transfer on shingle 4 as well. So at least 4 damaged shingles. We probably got more just from replacing, or what if we would repair that shingle there, what would happen? We'd have at least 4 damaged shingles additionally. So I don't think repairs are feasible to this roof. We can see it's pretty widespread. Got this one right here. Got quite a few all over this roof here. So if repairs were completed, you can see the condition all of the surrounding shingles would be left in. This insured would have potential leak hazards all over their roof. And then I also want to point out this front slope, we can see is going to tie in eventually when we're making repairs to this right slope. So you can see that the right slope shingles go underneath the front slope shingles. So in order to complete those repairs to the right slope, these front slope shingles will have to be manipulated, most likely causing damage to those shingles as well, and having to make repairs up from there. So I just want to point out how this slope will also tie into the front slope. But other than that, I do not believe the roof is repairable. We're going to chalk up all of those damages and get some better pictures of those. Thank you for your time.